Hey everybody, Emery from Heavy Lifting Records. Sorry starting this a little bit late. Just taking a short nap. Subject today is too much. Just kind of want to start off saying, as far as what is too much. Not from a time perspective, so to speak, or even a money perspective, but just like playing out. Like I've seen some bands that, at least local bands, that play out like maybe 2-3 times a year, and their shows are pretty well attended. And then there's other bands that just play out like 3-4 times a week. Or not a week, I'm sorry, a month or more. So it's just it's kind of a trick question, I guess. But really, it just are you playing in the same places too much? Are you trying to expand out and make new fans? On the other hand, are you playing on off nights at a lot of like, say, week nights that some people that would like to see you couldn't because they worked early the next day? People are going to come out anyway, even if they have to work the next day. But there might be less people. So I don't know. There really isn't a good answer, I would say, for everybody for that. But for the Sleepover, we play out, I think last year we played out close to twice a month. Some months maybe once. This year it's been more once a month than twice a month. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like we do play a lot of the same places, and we do play more 21 and over shows. I know I personally would like to play more all ages shows. I've had people come up to me that want to go to our shows that can't, because even though they're over 18, they're still under 21. So at least in Iowa here, Des Moines, you cannot... you can't really have all ages shows after 9. Now there's like a caveat in Des Moines where if you make more than half, I think it's more than half, if the venue is making more than half of its money on things other than alcohol, you can contest that. But there's really very few bars. Well, most of the venues are bars around here for music. We do have a few venues that are pretty much venues that happen to serve alcohol rather than always bars that sometimes has music or regularly has music. So there's really very few people that fit into that category. Kind of curious what you guys think. I mean, as far as that goes, if you are just doing music full time, you're going to be playing out several times a week. Ideally, so if you're not playing, you're not making money. So you're gonna be touring or whatever. If you're doing it not full time, you're trying to balance it with your work life, your personal life, etc., which is what I do. So there was a time in my life where I was playing in, at least two bands. It felt weird to not play in two different bands. One of them usually was more geared towards playing out, and the other one was more geared towards recording. And I think in some of my previous videos I mentioned kind of how I feel about that. Like, you do too much of any one thing, you might get burnout. If you are, if you're just recording a bunch and you're not playing out, you know, are you really satisfied, or vice versa? But but yeah, thanks for joining. I was just talking about um, playing out too much. If you're in a local band, you're not doing it full time. Like what is playing too much for you? I was just saying, like, with me balancing family life, work life, and also being a musician, I would say that for me, probably about once, twice a month is plenty. But more so, like, if you're playing the same venues, if you're in a cover band, you might be playing, the same, second Wednesday of every month or what have you. But for the most part, you're gonna have weekend shows, or you're gonna have weekday shows where some people can come out and other people can't. Anyways, yeah, I didn't really want to make this one too long, but I think next week, even though I'm doing this every other week, I think I'm gonna do kind of like a contest. I'm thinking about redesigning that logo there for Heavy Lifting Records, and then maybe updating the site quite a bit and getting your guys' feedback. So I don't know that I'll specifically do a video like this next week, but definitely engage you guys and see what you guys think, or what you guys come up with. I kind of have an idea of what I think could work, but anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.